minute. I know I dipped off on y'all, but I have so many things to tell you, and I apologize in advance for the echo in this room. I'm trying to record and my room is still empty and it's not a carpeted room, so it sounds very echoey. I know people said that there was a trick where you could put like tile or something like that, where you could put towels along the baseboards or something. I don't know how to do that trick, so we just gonna make it do what it do. We just gonna work with what we got right now, and that's just what we're gonna do. So, like I said, I know it's been a minute, but your girl is back. And I'm not only back, but the biggest life change of all is that I've moved. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, like I literally, I've moved. This is my, and not just moved, I actually relocated. Now, where I relocated to, I'm not gonna reveal just yet, y'all. I gotta get you going. I gotta pique your interest and all the things. So over the next few weeks, you guys are going to slowly but surely learn about where I'm at. And then I'll make the big reveal probably next month sometime. Probably mid-April-ish, I'll make the big reveal and I'll let you know how it all came to this. So I actually have my virtual housewarming March 15. Is it the 15th? Yeah, March 15th. Child, I can't even remember. But either way, my virtual housewarming is in March. So for the people that are going to be there, they're going to know all the tea and everything like a month before you guys on YouTube. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you're part of one of my private communities like Kingdom Girl Collective, part of my email list, or you just a friend, like you got my number, like we tight, then well, no, I take that back because some people got my number, but I really don't care for them to text me and ask for an invite. So you guys, if you know that like we're tight like that, and more so you're part of one of my communities, Kingdom Girl Collective, or like I said, my email list or something, then be on the lookout because you will get information about the virtual housewarming. And if you don't, then you can just respond to the email, or like I said, if you have my number and you're in one of those communities, you can text me and let me know and I'll let you know the information. But needless to say, like I definitely have a lot to share with y'all. It's been like, what is it? I would say the last 5 months have been crazy as far as just life changes, preparing for changes, career changes, well, business changes for me. Just all the things that have happened leading up to this move, all the snares of people trying to get me in, and honestly, just realizing that I'm in a point in my life where I'm living an answered prayer. Now, does it feel like an answered prayer every day? Absolutely not, because your girl has been fighting for her life.
I'm fighting for my life!
Okay, so it's just one of those things where it's like, God, I'm supposed to be walking through a breakthrough. Why am I still on the strongest soldiers list? Like, I am pruned. I am sanctified. I am good. I don't need to be pruned anymore. Why do you keep letting me be on the front lines? I know you gave me a strength. I know you said in our weakness you're made strong, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Take me off the front lines. Take me off. Take me off. I did not sign up for this. Okay. But I will say that it's getting better. So I'm glad that I made the transition. I'm glad I made the move. It didn't come about easily. Like I said, in a video to come over the next few weeks, you'll get all the tea and all the things. But that's the biggest life change. And that's why you guys haven't seen me on here, because anybody who's moved before, which I think pretty much everyone listening to this or watching this has moved at least once in your life, and especially if you've done a big move, relocation, you know how treacherous that is. You know how stressful, how tiring, how financially strapping it is. This is my, let's see, I would say as far as a big relocation, this is my second big relocation, but I've moved a lot in my life. I would say this is like my fourth relocation altogether, because I was born in Washington, D.C., lived in Maryland most of my life. PG County, what's up? What's up, PG County? What? Then I moved from Maryland back to D.C. for just a stint, like just shy of a year. And then I moved to Virginia, And that was like my first relocation from DC/Maryland into Virginia. And then I moved to another part of Virginia, like, because Virginia's kind of got like 3 different cultures. You got like Northern Virginia, you've got like the Central Virginia area, which is Richmond and all that, and then you've got like the Hampton Roads, Norfolk area. I think I said that right, because Virginians will come after me. They're like, it's not Norfolk, it's Norfolk, Suffolk, whatever. But you got that area, and then you still got like Roanoke and stuff in the mountains. So, you know, you got like 4 different cultures. But I moved from Northern Virginia to like the Richmond area, outskirts of the Richmond area, and then that was the second relocation. Then I moved from there to Atlanta. So that was the 3rd relocation. Then I moved from Atlanta to where I'm at now. So that was like the 4th relocation, I would say. But as far as like a big one from one major area to another, this is the 2nd. Because obviously I moved from that whole mid-Atlantic region to Atlanta for the first time, and then I moved from Atlanta to here. So anybody who's experienced those kind of moves, you know that it's very tiresome. Like I said, it drains your pockets. I've had to buy food every day for the last month. Your girl is struggling right now. And the thing is, I know how to cook, don't get me wrong. And when I cook good meals. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna cook like a restaurant-worthy meal. I know sometimes people just cook as a means to an end, like, oh, let me just throw this together real quick. I like to enjoy my food. If I'm gonna stand over a hot stove, if I'm gonna put something in the oven and be chopping and dicing and doing all that, I need to make sure I'm gonna enjoy and savor that meal. So I make meals that are like really good. And they're not always complicated, but I like them to be something I'm excited to eat. And the thing is, I don't like to cook every day. Like, I'm a leftover girl. We're gonna eat this meal at least twice, maybe 3 times. So I'm gonna cook 2-3 times a week. And we just gonna live off these leftovers and call it a day. Now, breakfast, I'll more so cook every day, of course, because I love breakfast. It's my favorite meal. So when I get to a point where I'm like, I can't wait to cook, you know it's bad. And it's not even that I like to eat out a lot. It's just that, again, I'm a leftover girly. But eating out has ripped me a new one. I'm tired. I've spent hundreds of dollars in eating out because I've had to. And you'll understand why when I share more about, you know, just the move and everything like that. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So you can see this is my new corner. I'm gonna decorate it. I'm gonna make the wall cute and all that. I'm gonna get to all of that when I get a chance. But right now, my home is still very minimally furnished. So I'm not gonna do, even when it's furnished, I'm not gonna do a home tour because people are crazy. I might just show like little bits and pieces, like, oh, this is a piece of furniture that I have here or something. But as far as like walking around my house and showing you guys a full tour, I'm not doing that. That would be for my private communities that I've vetted people, that kind of thing. And even then, it's not gonna be a full walkthrough, like, oh, this is this, this is that. It's gonna be like maybe the common areas they'll see and stuff like that. But it's been a journey. And also I will say, for anybody that has moved and relocated, you understand how lonely it can be to move and relocate. Now where I'm at, I know people, don't get me wrong, and it is nice to know people that I could just like pop up on them, and I say pop up loosely, because the thing about me, I don't like people in my house. I feel like my home is my domain, that's my sanctuary. It's the one place on earth where I can escape, and I set the atmosphere in my home. I worship in my home. I anoint the doors of my home. I like to keep a certain atmosphere, a certain air here, that when you come here, it feels light. You feel the presence of the Lord. Like, I can take a load off. And I don't like every time Dick and Harry being in my house, even family. I love y'all, but stay out of my house. So I'm very, very, very particular about who's in my home. It's nothing personal. So even if I, like, at any point I'm like, oh yeah, I prefer we just meet in public, don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's not you. I'm an equal opportunity, stay out of my home person. Like, that's it for me. It's equal opportunity here. Everybody stay out of my home. Like, it's very, very, I can count on less than 5 fingers how many people will be in my home outside of obviously me and my son. And so with that being said, even though I know people here and, you know, I can meet up with them, we could go out, we could do things, it still can be lonely when you relocate, because the reality is, like, you're new to that area. Everybody else has been there all their lives or for longer times than you. They're already in the flow of things. They're going to work, they're picking the kids up from school, they're going to school, they're running errands, they're doing all the things. You're just now trying to get settled. And so I was talking with one of my good friends, Ebony, about this. Hey girl, hey, check out her YouTube channel, Ebony LeMay. But she's moved a lot as well, especially being a military spouse. And so she was just telling me, like, she's been there. Like, even when she went back home for a stint, like, she experienced loneliness because, yeah, she's back home, and this is like where her childhood friends are at and all the things, but they're living their lives. Like, they don't have time to really just like check up on you like that, or be like, oh, let me swing by, or let me make sure that you're good. It's like, I'm just trying to keep my head above water too. So it could be very lonely in the initial parts of when you first move somewhere, when you're trying to bounce back financially from that big leap. You don't have the money necessarily to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go out, I'm just gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that. And like, you have to budget accordingly. And then for me, childcare is a thing. I have to have someone available that I trust to watch my son, so come watch him. So it's many different layers, being a single mother and all the things. I work from home, I work for myself, which has afforded me the opportunity to make this move. I'm gonna be sharing more about that on this channel as well. How virtual assistant work and just being an entrepreneur and a solopreneur has helped me create this and curate this life for myself, and most importantly, how God opened up the opportunities, y'all, because it's all glory to him. It's not because of me. I can tell you right now, I could have marketed better. I could be doing more even right now as we speak, but all glory be to God for all the blessings which he gives, because every good and perfect thing comes from him. And so I will definitely be sharing more of that, and creating opportunities for you guys to learn from me on an ongoing basis. If you want to, I would highly encourage you to join those opportunities when I present them, because I'll really be getting in the nitty gritty and helping you start up. Because I know a few of you have asked me about how to start a VA business and all the things. And I'll tell you right now, like I said, I'm a single mother. I raised my son by myself. I don't get any help from the other parent, and no shade to those of you who do. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that's a great thing. But in my case, it's an absentee situation. I pay all my bills for myself. I don't have a sponsor. Now, if you're looking to be a sponsor, holla at your girl. But I don't have one as we're speaking right now, all jokes aside. I take care of myself, I take care of my son. He's homeschooled, he's not lacking for any of his basic needs and even some of his wants. So if I can do it, you can do it. And that's why I want to share this information with you guys, because a lot of you guys have asked me, and I'm telling you, when you find out all the things, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, girl, let me know. Let me know. How can I know more about this? So yeah, it's been a very interesting transition. It's been interesting to just navigate this new day-to-day. I'm finally kind of getting into a rhythm. I think I'll finally be in a full rhythm once my house is fully a home, when it's furnished, like all the things, because right now I'm improvising. Like, even right now I don't have my office desk, so I'm using my stand-up tripod and I'm just taping on my phone, like, you know, and I don't always tape on my camera anyway, but it's just those little things that make it harder, like the usual homeschool setup that I would have for my son. We're improvising, so it's not bad, because we're able to do like more outdoorsy activities, and we're able to just kind of make do. But it would be nice if I had like his little desk and classroom set up and stuff. So I'm gonna get there, and I'll take you guys on the journey with me. But I did want to pop in here and let you know that that's why I have been kind of ghost, because you guys have not seen a video from me or a live stream in a long time. I don't even know how long, but it's been a minute. I was posting podcasts, I want to say in October and December, or October and November, something like that. And that's another thing. The For My Sisters with Dell podcast, it's just gonna pause for now. I don't have the heart for it. I'm in a different space. I want to pivot in this new direction, and maybe at some point, maybe God will have me turn that podcast to be something else, or to include other material. But as of right now, I just don't have the heart or the focus for it. Like, these other things that God is leading me to do to enhance the community on here, to share this VA knowledge with you, share the relocation information with y'all, and all the things, like, I just feel more passionate about that. I feel like God's like pressing it upon me to really like get going with the things that he's placed on my heart. So if you enjoy the podcast, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I don't want to spread myself too thin, because God made it very clear at the end of 2024, Q4, he told me a couple things. One, the phrase back to basics kept coming up. Like, 2025 was going to be the year of getting back to basics, getting back to the things that started me in my entrepreneurship, content creation journey, things that started me along this path that got me to where I am today, getting back to that. So showing up on YouTube more, getting back to those Thriving Thursday live streams, that's coming back. Every Thursday, that's the goal, every Thursday. I don't have a time yet, but I'll figure it out and I'll let you guys know. And maybe I'll test out different times. I know it'll be in the evening though. I know it will definitely be in the evening, but what time in the evening, I'll have to figure that out. If it's gonna be like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, or if it's gonna be like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening, I'll see, but we'll work it out. And those are Eastern times I just threw out. So getting back to YouTube, simplifying business, because sometimes we feel like we have to do all the things, we have to do everything that we're talented in, everything we have a slight interest in, we gotta do, and it's like, no, like my pastor even spoke about that recently, like do your thing. What is your thing? It's okay to be known for one thing or two things, but you don't need to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Like, and I think that somewhere along the line in this entrepreneurship game, especially online, it's like people kind of got caught up in the hamster wheel. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta be known for this, I gotta be known for that, I gotta be known here, there, and everywhere. And it's like, no, you can be known for this thing, and that's okay. Like, you want to be a specialist. You want when people think of something, they think of you. Like, oh, Rondelle, she's a marketer. Like, you need marketing help, you go to her. Or, oh, Tiffany, I'm just throwing out random names. Tiffany, you need help with social media management, oh, you go to her. Or, oh, if you need to step your Bible study game up, you go to Sharon. Or like, it's okay to be known for one thing. Like, it doesn't mean that you're any less talented, and it takes the pressure off. And then God also made it clear that this is the year to diversify my business portfolio. So there's very specific things he told me to do across the board in my business and to create multiple streams of income. And I'll share more about that as well in other videos, because I'm going to try to keep these shorter so I'm not talking y'all's head off. That's what the live streams are for. But yeah, like, so I'm trying to stick to that. And I can tell you right now, this is definitely already proven to be a year where it's like, I'm scaling back. I'm taking naps now, y'all. I'm going to bed early. Like, I was talking with my friend Whitney the other day, and she was like, girl, it's 9 o'clock and you going to bed? She was like, I remember there was a time where it was 9 o'clock and you were just going out to do some work, like some lift or whatever. So I was like, how the tables turn, right? Like, I'm going to bed early, I'm waking up early. Like, it's just a new season. God is doing a new thing, and I'm excited about it. But you guys will be along with me on the journey. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the life update. The major thing, like I said, is the relocation and the move, and then also like the podcast. And for my Sisters with Dell podcast, I'm gonna pause, but I am coming out with another podcast in April, and I'm super excited. I'm not going to announce it here just yet because I haven't talked about it with the podcast co-host yet, but y'all, it's going to be fun. So it's a new thing being done. I'm stepping into my soft era of business. This year marks 10 years since I've been a business owner, working for myself. June 1st will mark 10 years. So it's definitely, the 2024 was the end of an era. 2025 was the beginning of a new era, and I'm excited to see what God is going to do and all that's going to happen. You guys are going to be along the journey with me, and I want to help you step into your new era as well, whether it's helping you start a VA business, whether it's helping you as a single mother, like, diversify your income, whether it's helping you relocate as a single mom, or even a family that's looking to just try something new, go to uncharted territory. Like, I want to help you guys with that. So stay tuned. If that sounds like it's up your alley, you need to go ahead and lock in and subscribe to this channel and share the channel, because it's a lot of big things popping, a lot of great things coming out. Check the description box for all the links, Kingdom Go Collective, all the things. And if you are in Kingdom Go Collective, we are going to be going hopefully to St. Lucia in 2026. The travel agent is doing research now, so make sure you tap in and all the things. You can join the membership, all of that. All the links are down below. And the last thing I would say is that no matter where you are in life right now, just take a moment to, one, pause and give yourself grace. And this is something I have to remind myself daily, because like I said, this move has not been a walk in the park. And if you're like me, it seems like you always have to fight the good fight in order to get to the breakthrough. And just know that God is still with you. Don't feel like it's any less of God's presence in your life, because sometimes, especially with a lot of the doctrine out here these days and stuff, you can feel like, well, if it's not easy, it's not God. And it's like, the enemy's not going to let you just waltz right into what God has for you. Like, you're going to have to fight. And some of us have to fight more than others, but God is still with you and you're still blessed. So I just want to encourage you in this hour that you're not alone. I'm fighting right there along with you. Encourage yourself every single day. If you have to unplug. Because like I tell my friends, when I start to get real quiet and reclusive, I need that, because I'm just not in the space to show up like, hey guys, yeah, like I'm just I'm not in that space. So I need to have those moments where I can unplug and just be me. And when I'm ready to be lively and all that, for sure, but just understand too, as you're fighting, everybody can't handle your mantle that you're dealing with. And so you're gonna sometimes you have to unplug, even if you don't want to, just to keep the relationships around you healthy. Just so that you don't start spazzing on people, or you don't start trauma dumping on people, or whatever the case may be. Just sometimes you have to. And then I also want to encourage you that even though it might not feel like it, you are living in an answered prayer. Because I had alluded to that earlier. Like, well, ever since I got pregnant with my son, I always wanted to be able to live on my own with my son. At one point in time, I had my own place. I had 2 cars. I had the whole, I was living the dream. I had my good government 6-figure paying job in DC. I had a place. I had 2 cars. I had the man. I was in premarital counseling because we were engaged. I was living the life. I was on track. I was 25 years old. It was working out. It was like everything was on track. And then everything just started to pivot, and God started leading me in another direction, and some of those decisions were my own decisions, but either way, God led me here. He restored the time. He gave beauty for ashes, and I'm here. And so when I got pregnant with my son in 2016, I said, I want to be able to live on my own with my son. I want to be able to supply a decent life for us with the help of God, despite being a mother who is single. I don't want to have my son always go without because I'm a single mother. I don't want to always be living that stereotypical hardship life. And sometimes it is hard, y'all. Sometimes it's hard. Like, I've had seasons where I can't afford to feed us. I've had seasons where he was a baby where I couldn't get Pampers. You know, this is real, and I'm an entrepreneur, but again, I'm trying to keep it real with y'all because people glorify these things and make it seem like, oh yeah, you're in a business, da 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 da. And some of the things I've been through, people can't even imagine. Being homeless with a baby, you know, or a toddler, relocating and trying to figure it out, having no one to turn to, because that's another thing. If you're like me, people don't just come to your aid like that. Nobody has to, but let's be honest, some people get that more than others. And I know sometimes it can be frustrating where it's like, well, how come they got people surrounding them, helping them? And it's not to say you're not showing yourself friendly or you're not doing that for other people. You do it for others, but when the shoe is on the other foot, it's not done for you. I just want to encourage you to keep sowing those good seeds because your help comes from the Lord. Those people might not recognize it, but God recognizes it, and He's always going to make sure you're taken care of. And so don't let your heart be hardened by your good and righteous works, basically. And so I just had in my mind, like, I want to be able to do that for my child. And I just thought to myself the other day, like, girl, you did it. Like, you relocated. You live in your own place with your son. He has his own room. We do have to share a bathroom. That's the only thing. But, you know, that's not going to be forever. This is not our forever home. But it's like, you're doing it. Like, you're doing it by yourself without the help of, like, the other parent being there. And that's not a boast, you know, that's a whole other topic in and of itself. You're doing it with the divine help that God has sent to you, the community that's graced to walk this season with you, the community that has a heart to sow into you and your son or whatever, but like, you can actually afford to pay for at least your necessities off of the business work that you do. You are at a point where your business can afford your livelihood and the livelihood of your son. So it's like, and I'm just growing from here because I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet. But, you know, take a moment to stop and think about that. Like, you're living in an answered prayer in some way, shape, or form. Like, you're living in an advancement of what you used to want today. So give God a praise for that and try to remember that as you're fighting a good fight in your journey and everything. So that's a life update. You guys will see the Thursday live streams starting, let's say, next week Thursday. And we just gonna have a time. I'm still sticking to the Thriving Thursday name because I can't think of anything else right now, but who knows? Maybe down the road it'll change, because Thriving Thursday was very much like about like teaching and stuff like that. And it's probably still gonna be teaching heavy, so to speak, but it's also gonna be conversational too. So if I change the name, I change the name. If I don't, I don't. But just know that you need to find yourself here on a Thursday night. That's all I got for you. Just find yourself on my YouTube channel on a Thursday night, and we're going to kiki, and we're going to have a time in the comments. Again, check the description box. I'm so excited to open up and share more about this with you guys over the coming weeks and months. And we in for a ride of our lives, okay? So let's get it. Let's make 2025 the best year ever. Stay tuned. And again, if you are in my private communities, keep an eye on your email for the invite to my private housewarming, virtual housewarming. And let's just have a time, y'all. So love y'all. I will see you soon.